Before you even touch the ocean, your surf trip is already spending money. The bigger the wave, the more expensive every mistake becomes. Budgeting is not about surfing less, it is about surfing more. Surfing looks like one of the freest things on earth. Then the airline charges for your board bag. Your board gets damaged. Your leash snaps. Your wetsuit fails. And suddenly the dream session becomes a money leak. And later, at Pipeline, I'll show you why one budgeting mistake can become more than financial. Pipeline is beautiful, famous, and unforgiving. It teaches the first rule of surf budgeting. Safety comes before style. Before you buy the flashiest board or newest wetsuit, make sure your essentials are solid. A serious surfer does not only budget money, they budget attention. They study the current, the reef, the crowd, and the exit. The cheapest mistake to avoid is the one you catch before entering the water. A spare leash, fin key, ding tape, sunscreen, and first aid kit may look small, but they can save an entire session. At waves like Pipeline, your first budget category is not performance, it is protection. Nazaré is where budgeting becomes serious. Big wave surfing is not cheap, casual, or improvised. Tow surfing needs a team, a rescue plan, fuel, communication, and specialized equipment. The best safety gear may feel expensive until you need it. Then it becomes priceless. A smart surf budget starts before the plane ticket. Forecast tools help you avoid paying for the wrong week. Big swells do not follow your vacation schedule. Flexible lodging can save hundreds. Sometimes the smartest session is not paddling out. Sometimes the smart move is watching, learning, and coming back prepared. Teahupo'o is not a place for careless planning. It is heavy, shallow, and brutally honest. For reef destinations, your budget should include medical supplies, reef protection, and travel insurance. Keep emergency information dry, saved offline, and easy to reach. Remote surf trips are not the place to be disorganized. Many legendary waves require boat access. If you forget that cost, your daily surf budget is already wrong. Budgeting does not mean choosing the cheapest option every time. It means knowing where cheap becomes dangerous. The heavier the wave, the more serious your preparation needs to be. Not every surf destination is remote or extreme. Places like the Gold Coast teach daily discipline. Before you leave your room, set one daily spending number. That number protects the rest of your trip. Food is where many surf travelers quietly overspend. Simple grocery planning can add extra days to your trip. If you are traveling with friends, share rides, fuel, tools, and repairs when possible. Small habits do not feel powerful in one day. Over 2 weeks, they can pay for another session. A daily budget is not restriction. It is how you stay in the water longer. In Bali, the wave may be affordable, but getting around can quietly drain your cash. Some breaks require scooters, parking, board storage, stairs, tides, and timing. Before renting gear day by day, compare weekly rates. The difference can be huge. Your board is not just gear. It is your transportation into the wave. Protect it. When access depends on tide and crowd, poor timing can waste both money and energy. Track spending right after the session, before the details disappear. Jeffreys Bay rewards speed, control, and equipment you can trust. A quick gear check can prevent a broken session, a lost board, or an expensive repair. If your leash is damaged, replace it before the ocean makes that decision for you. Good gear lasts longer when you rinse it, dry it properly, and store it away from heat. Most surfboards are not destroyed in the ocean. Many are damaged during travel. Durable gear is not always the cheapest purchase, but it often becomes the cheapest over time. At powerful open ocean breaks, conditions decide what your budget really needs. The wrong board can turn an expensive surf trip into a frustrating one. Check swell size, wind direction, tide, and local warnings before spending on transport. Chasing conditions often means driving. Fuel should be part of the plan, not a surprise. If the waves are powerful, board damage is not unusual. Keep money ready for repairs. Condition-based budgeting helps you arrive ready instead of under-equipped. Lower Trestles is a reminder that better surfing does not always require more spending. Free training on land can improve every paid surf session in the water. Mobility work may not look exciting, but injuries cost time, money, and missed waves. Before buying another board, film your surfing. Sometimes the problem is technique, not equipment. One corrected habit can do more than an expensive upgrade. The cheapest upgrade in surfing is learning how to use what you already own. Famous surf events bring energy, crowds, and higher prices. Before booking, check contest schedules. Flights and rooms can rise quickly around major events. Moving your trip by 1 or 2 days can protect money for food, transport, or another session. Beach town prices are easier to avoid when you bring the basics with you. Enjoy the event atmosphere, but do not let the crowd decide your spending. The right timing can make the same trip feel cheaper, calmer, and better planned. Remote surf trips are where backup planning becomes essential. If you forget something remote, replacing it can be difficult, expensive, or impossible. Boat access can become a daily fixed cost. Add it before estimating your total trip price. Travel damage hurts more when the nearest repair shop is far away. Weather delays can trap your budget. Always leave room for unexpected changes. The better your backup plan, the freer you feel when the wave finally arrives. Not every budget problem is dramatic. Sometimes the smallest expenses do the most damage. Coffee, parking, snacks, extra wax, and small convenience purchases can become one lost surf day. You cannot control what you refuse to track. You do not need to cook every meal, but cooking some meals gives you more money for better sessions. When traveling with other surfers, shared costs keep the trip moving longer. Control the small spending, and the big dream becomes easier to afford. Mavericks is cold, powerful, and serious. This is where emergency budgeting matters most. Cold water gear is expensive because exposure is dangerous. This is not where you cut corners. Your emergency plan should include contacts, insurance, backup money, and a way to communicate. Nobody wants to think about injuries. Serious surfers plan anyway. Your emergency fund should not be mixed with food money, fuel money, or fun money. In heavy surf, backup money is not optional. It is part of your equipment. Now bring it together. A surf budget does not need to be complicated. Use 5 categories: safety, travel, gear, food, and backup. Every month, pay your surf fund first. Even a small amount builds freedom over time. Repair what you can. Replace what you must. Upgrade only when there is a clear reason. Budgeting is not about saying no to surfing. It is about saying yes to more waves, more trips, and better decisions. Spend less on mistakes. Spend more on unforgettable sessions. Budget like a surfer, ride smarter, stay longer. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to watch more like this.